Hey up, I'm back. I'm not going to talk about Queen passing away because obviously everybody's aware of that. What I'm going to talk about is I've been watching TikTok and YouTube with other funeral directors who put stuff on social media. When I say funeral directors, I'll use that term lightly because most of them aren't funeral directors. The people who work in the funeral profession who realistically know very little about what happens. Somebody gets a job in the funeral industry and they say, oh, I'm a funeral director. Let me make it quite clear. Funeral directors own the business. They are the directors. People who go out and conduct at funerals are conductors. People who drive limousines and carry coffins are driver bearers. That's a sheep, which is what most of these people are. Don't know why I did that then. I think it would that sheep will put me off. Anyway, one bloke, I'm not going to mention who he is because he actually follows me. He put some on the other day saying that people have been asking him questions about the royal funeral. Like this guy knows something about it. It's probably been in the industry about 3 days. So, some points that he made were bollocks. He's actually stated that, firstly, the Queen's hearse had lights put in the back of it so it could be seen at night, the coffin lit up. It's a lot of crap. 99.9% of hearses have light in it back to light flowers up. And obviously if we're out in the evening, going to a church service and it's dark, it lights all the hearse up. So that's the first one. That's no special for royal family. On another comment, somebody had asked him about the window on roof at hearse, and he put that had been specially put in so the helicopter flying above could see the coffin. See what I mean? Bollocks. Most new hearses today come with a window in roof. It floods it with light just to allow more light to obviously reflect and show flowers, to just makes them look better so it's not dark. Queen's vehicles are royal claret, so yeah, he's right there, they are, all their vehicles are, but that's not special. My vehicles are royal claret, royal garnet, whatever you want to call it. It's Queen, well, we're one of their one of her favourite colours for vehicles, but it's not unusual. Then he said that Range Rover, Land Rover made that hearse, and they didn't. Range Rover, Land Rover don't make hearses. Companies, carriage masters, builders, carriage builders, buy a Jag or a Mercedes or a Ford. They strip it down totally, the car. They take all wiring out. It's an amazing job. I went to Coleman Mills and actually watched them doing this when we were having ours built. They strip that car down to a shell and then they cut it and then they put all new wiring loops in. That's why they're about 110, 120 grand, because of the amount of work that goes in it. So they're not built by Ford, they're not built by Mercedes, they're not built by especially Land Rover. They just don't build them. They just build ordinary cars, and then obviously they bought and they chopped up and they extended like limousines and hearses. That's a few more points. What else did he say? Something to do with Queen's coffin being lined with lead to stop it leaking out. Well, there's a bit of a point there to that one. Most coffins, when they're repatriated, are lined with zinc, not lead. Obviously, lead's chosen. Motorbike. Got sheep and motorbike today. Anyway, few more points. They put in a load of stuff on and giving misleading information. What I would suggest is don't try and ride off back a lady who's passed away to try and get views. Don't do it. And if you are going to do it, get your information right. On another tube, I'd seen that somebody says that they wanted a cremation and a tree in with ashes to grow He says he thinks that they were talking about woodland burials. They weren't talking about woodland burials. They were obviously, they want a normal cremation. He didn't know what they were on about. What this person does want is a cremation, a normal cremation. They then put their ashes into a tube mixed with compost, and they plant either a seed or a seedling. That can be planted anywhere. It doesn't have to be a woodland burial site. It can be planted in a back garden. It's a lovely idea, and it's adopted quite a lot today. You don't need to do out special with that. It's, you know, you can have a special company do it. You have your pants down. Don't do that. What I would suggest is get someone's ashes, do what I've said, put some compost with them, mix them all together, get a little seedling, and put that in, and it'll grow. It's quite simple. You don't have to have all this specialised companies doing it, you know what I mean? But if you're going to go on YouTube, if you're going to go on internet, if you're going to go on TikTok and say, I'm a British funeral director, I'm here to answer your questions, you're going to sit here and you're lovely, you all wear a shirt and a tie, unlike me. Like I eat tramp, don't I? But I spent 36 years in the industry, so yeah, I'm pretty qualified to know what I'm on about. Don't go on YouTube and all that pretending that you know everything about everything. Just go on and just talk to people. Just be right with them. If you don't know bollocks, then just say, I don't know about that. Ask a proper funeral director, not a driver bearer. I'm not knocking driver bearers. I've got driver bearers that are amazing, but my driver bearers don't go on internet saying, oh, this happens and that happens. They leave it to somebody who knows what they're on about, usually me. But I wanted to run this by everybody, and I hate it when they say the Queen's body. We know it's her body. Nearly said that F word then, didn't I? Jacob, be proud, Grandad didn't swear, didn't I? We all know it's the Queen's body. We don't have to say body all the time. If I were to be saying that to families, oh, your dad's body's in the coffin, it's bloody horrible. And God knows what them grandkids and sons and daughters think every time they hear that word. I wish they'd stop referring to it as the Queen's body. It's our Queen who's laying in state. I think even sheep agree with me. So, I ain't been on for a while because I'm not in the best places at the minute. And then watching TikTok and that, I thought I could have smashed the phone up. Because I thought, why do people set a channel up saying, I'm an undertaker, I'm a funeral director? They're not. You know, it's very rare do you find an actual funeral director like myself on TikTok or YouTube. There is some, but most of the time it's people who work there that set a channel up or think, oh, I'll get lots of interest in this because I'm going to go and gain them advice. That's good, but give them the right advice. Get some information, especially about hearses. It's. I've got a 7-year-old grandson called Jacob. I think he's got more knowledge about this industry than what most of these idiots have got on YouTube and TikTok. There's no point. So that's what I wanted to have a moan about today. If you want to follow a proper undertaker, a proper funeral director, then follow us, Michael Fogg Funeral Directors. You want to ask me a question, put it down on there. I want to learn how to do that where we do like a live thing where I can interact. But if you ask me a question, I'll answer you on here. Once you press like, subscribed, and leave a comment, obviously. We've got to say that, haven't we? Because everybody forgets to press subscribe. So don't forget that button down here, wherever it is, somewhere down here. Subscribe, press that, follow me. I'll only give you proper advice, right advice. Anyway, I'm going because I'm going to make our last dinner. It's my turn. Well, it's not my turn, but I thought I'd treat her. I'm going to do dinner today, it's Sunday. Then I'm going to take you around somewhere else later on because I'll be putting something else on. Shut up! Got dog barking now, fucking sheep. Anyway, see you all later. Have a brilliant day. Take care. Look after yourself. Ta-da.